name is Ruby Burns, and today we are looking at the sexuality of women. We are comparing the Victorian era with the society of today. Later on, we are joined by an expert in this area, Shirley Dodd. How did women live? Were they able to express their sexual desires? Well, let's find out.
The Victorian era is the period when Queen Victoria ruled the United Kingdom. She ruled the country between 1837 and 1901.
Hello Shirley Dodd, thanks for coming here today.
My pleasure.
During the Victorian era, how did people respond to sex? And what role did sex have in the society?
Well, sex was completely taboo. Not many people talked about their sexuality or sex life with friends or others, or you weren't even supposed to do that. You know, British people, they were very good at hiding their sexuality and sex life. Maybe you've heard the expression, "No sex please, we're British."
Yes, I've actually heard it.
Yeah, you do? Well, people during the Victorian era, they didn't talk about it or even express their sexuality. Very sad, I must say.
Interesting. Were there any difference between men and women?
Yes, as we all know, men have always, during the history, been considered to be more powerful than the women, and so is the case in this area as well. It was more accepted for the men to feel sexual desire or have a stronger libido than the women.
I believe that people have always had the same sexual desire, but they were just not able to express it during the Victorian era, especially not the women. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and I've heard this expression, a fallen woman. What is that?
Good question, Ruby. A fallen woman is a woman who has had sex outside the marriage, and this could be cheating, or even if a woman has been raped, she is considered as a fallen woman. And if you are a fallen woman, nobody will marry you, and you will be like an outsider in the society.
Oh, hello! This is the book of the week, and it's called The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's written by Oscar Wilde, and it takes place during the Victorian era. And therefore, it's interesting how it reflects women's sexuality. The thing is that women are not mentioned that much at all. It shows that women's sexuality was hidden. Of course, they were mentioned sometimes, but not in the same range as the men. Overall, I recommend this book. It's a classic one. What would you say are the major differences between the Victorian woman and the modern woman?
As you mentioned before, Ruby, the women have always had the same sexual desire. The difference today is that the modern women are able to express the sexual desire. Women are more liberal today, and overall, people talk about sex. It's accepted to talk about sex, and almost every magazine writes about it.
Don't you think that all the commercials with sexy women gives women a pressure to achieve the ideal woman?
Yes, this is a really important point, because young girls try to achieve this ideal woman who's supposed to be very skinny, with big breasts. It's like a Barbie doll. And another negative thing about all this is that a woman who sleeps with a lot of guys, she's a whore.
Yes, it's terrible, because if a man sleeps with many women, he's the king of the jungle.
You're right, Ruby, and this proves that the fallen woman still exists.
Good conclusion, Shirley Todd. Dodd. Thank you so much for being here today. It has been so interesting hearing your thoughts.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching Chameleon. See you next week. I am Ruby Burns.